Hello, in this video I'll show you how to change your oil and filter on a 2009 through 2014 Acura TL. This is the 3.5 front wheel drive. I'm going to use the Castrol Edge high mileage. This is a 5W20 full synthetic oil. You also need the oil filter. Make sure to use a premium filter like this one, Pure Later Boss. You need a 17mm socket, a funnel, and an oil filter wrench. The filter is made in USA. I have my car on the ramps. I don't want to use a jack, and I have this sliding bench just to make the job easier on your back. As you can see, the cap says 5W20. I'm going to loosen the cap just to make the oil flow out faster. So I like to loosen it, but I put it back on just so there's no debris that falls in while I'm changing the oil. So I'm going to slide in my oil pan catcher, and I'll show you where there's a drain bolt, and it's Honda also marks it right there. I already cracked it open, that's why there's some oil there, but I'm just showing you the location. Put in your wrench like that and turn. That's how you get it loose. And there it's drained out. As you can see, this pan is not so big, so it almost reached the top. The oil filter location is just near the passenger side front tire, above the control arm. And you can see there's a motor, so it's right there. That's the oil filter. I'm gonna get my wrench, just using this regular tire type wrench, and get it in there. And usually they're not on that tight, so you just turn it a bit, like so. I'm gonna turn it one more time, and it's loose. So I brought in a second oil catching pan, just because my first one is not so large, so I need another one to catch the oil that's going to come out of this filter. And there it is. There's a lot of oil coming out, so the second pan is helpful. The other side is still draining a bit, where I took out the oil plug. As you can see, I always use gloves. This job is very messy, and then it's hard to get the oil out of your nails. So the other side is still draining, so I'm just leaving it there as is. Once the oil filter stops draining, I'll remove it by hand. Just spin it off. Be careful because it still has oil. You don't want to make any spills. And there it is. And so I'm just draining it out right there. And yeah, that's a AmSoil that had a good filter on. The next step, I'm putting the crush washer onto the drain bolt. So you just pop it in like that, and that allows you to have no leaks. Make sure to always use that washer. I'm going to prime the filter a bit, put a little bit of fresh oil, and going to lubricate the gasket. Just take some fresh oil and rub it on the gasket. That way, when you're spinning the filter back on, the gasket just makes a nice seal. I'm going to put in the drain plug. Just spin it on by hand, and make sure you don't cross the threads. Just be careful, because you don't want to strip this bolt. So I'm going to just hand tighten it right there for now. I'm going to wipe off all of this oil, make it nice and clean. You don't want that to drip anywhere, so just wipe everything off, and that way your car stays in good condition as well. There's the premium oil filter. Just also spin it on carefully. Make sure to start the threads correctly. You don't want to strip the threads on this either. So just take your time, get it in there. It's it's just the control arm doesn't help with the location, but once you get it in, it's easy. Spin it on by hand, tighten by hand, and then you come in with the wrench and do a quarter turn only. No more. Don't do a half turn or a full turn after doing a hand tightening. So then also the for the drain plug, you have to tighten it to 29 foot-pounds of torque, and so don't over tighten it above that because you can strip the threads. I'm going to now get my funnel, making sure there's nothing in there, and pouring in. This car uses about 4.5 quarts, so I'm gonna pour in 4 to start her up and get the car off the ramps, because I don't want to check the oil level while the car is on the ramps. Here I took the car down. I'm going to show you how to turn off the oil warning light, the oil change light. So you press, there's the warning. You press and hold this button for 10 seconds, and then you'll get a menu that says if you want to reset the oil count. So you just scroll up for reset, then press OK, and the oil light goes away, and it resets the timing. You'll have the computer will know that you just changed the oil, so it'll warn you when the oil is due for a change again. As you can see, the light's gone. Then after letting the car sit for a while, check it again, because I know it needs about a half quart or 3/4 of a quart, and yes, it needs about a half quart. So I'm going to top her off, get her up there, and we'll be all set. So I topped it off. Now I'm going to check it again, and we're good. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.